Hello, this is the Digital Loop Season 2, Episode 23. We're back after a little break. I was in holidays, and Ivan was actually going into something called a Spartan race, which he might tell us about later. Hi, Ivan, how are you?
Hi, Paul. Great to be back. I'm glad that we're back here as usual on our Digital Loop meetings. And today we have a very special show, a special guest, and a special show. We have my good friend Michał Sadowski. He's the CEO and founder of Brand24. This is a social media monitoring company. He's an amazing guy, and I am very glad that we had the opportunity for Mike to join us. He's coming all the way from San Francisco. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike, but you have to unmute yourself. I didn't realize that you were mute, so you have to go on the top thing. I'm so sorry. So don't worry.
Yeah,
go ahead, Mike.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to the discussion. It's almost 9 a.m. in San Francisco. The TechCrunch Disrupt is about to start, so a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Ivan, go ahead.
Awesome. I know there's not much time, so let's jump into it. Social media monitoring. Why? Imagine that I'm a guy, I'm a marketing executive, and you come to tell me why I should focus, I shouldn't take into consideration what's going on in social media platforms connected with my brand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so there are naturally two major aspects of social media monitoring or internet monitoring in general. So one is you can get to know your customers, you can get to know what people say about your brand, you can interact with your customers, you can get insights. And on the other hand, you have this whole new approach to monitoring where you can pick up your potential customers. So you're in the second option, you don't monitor your own brand or product, you just monitor your topics that are in some way relevant to your business. So for example, the small pizzeria in San Francisco can monitor the discussions where people ask about what's the best place to eat pizza on Columbus Avenue, and they can approach those discussions, they can interact with those people and convert them to customers. So I feel like there are those two major appliances of monitoring. The first one is mostly for medium or large enterprises, obviously the brands that are talked about online, and the second one is almost this doesn't have to be like this huge company or even a medium-sized company. This can be a George the plumber or a restaurant owner from Alto. So I feel like, or we feel like, there's huge space, and the biggest challenge for us at the moment is the education of the market. We need to convince people that monitoring is not reserved for large enterprises, for companies, but it's available for Fortune 5 million companies.
Yeah, I think one of the key elements here is the fact that a lot of people still, 2014, they're still seeing social media as, okay, what do I say? What can I talk about me? And what do I tell people? And they don't understand that social media is a lot about listening. And if you listen, and you listen to your customers, you're going to learn a lot about them, and you're going to find out what is exactly what they need. That's fantastic. Paul?
Yeah, so maybe the question I have, and I don't want to do over promotion here about, so social, you said monitoring, so there's two things, the monitoring of a brand. So if you already are Joe the plumber or Joe the garage, whatever you want to call it, then you can monitor your own brand. It can be, then you can also do competitive brand analysis and see, okay, what are the other Joes doing? But with interaction, do you also think that just monitoring keywords is actually something, or location is actually something that can be yield?
I feel like of potential customers or of people out there will be interested in getting to know their potential customers. So as it's more and more about listening, and I believe it will be even more about engaging those people in the near future. So the sad thing is that the majority of brands don't interact with their customers. So They listen, but unfortunately they don't engage their customers. They don't interact, and that this is something that will be definitely changing because we can see that the value in interaction, the value in getting to know your customers, because this is a straight way to generate like your brand ambassadors that are the, the best that can happen to you in terms of marketing, because you have your own army of people promoting, whether it's a huge, a telecom corporation, enterprise, whatever, or is it George the plumber we mentioned.
I know that you've already have clients that are big corporations. So do you also have to do some kind of education with these kind of brands, or is it only limited to like this SME market?
No, the fun part is we've been pretty successful in approaching both large enterprises and small medium business owners. We try to make things usable, and marketing is not really a rocket science. It's basically a list of links to discussions all over the web. It's pretty complex in terms of aggregating all the data on our end, but in terms of the client perspective, it's not really that complex. So yeah, educating the market for a long time, and actually I believe the Polish market is one of the best educated markets out there in terms of marketing. People, yeah, there's like we have plenty of small business owners using like eBay sellers, like single doctors, restaurant owners using the tool. Basically the same tool that enterprises like Intel or IKEA use. So this is a goal for our global expansion in the market, and to show all those people that marketing is not only for the enterprises.
Ivan?
Something that is very interesting from the development of Brand24 is the growth that you have experienced. You have been, Brand24 is about 3 years old, and you're dominating the Polish market. But what I love about what you guys are doing is the fact that you guys are thinking big. You are acting globally. You have clients in Indonesia, I believe. You have
Yes.
collaboration in the States.
Yes, we have clients, currently clients in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Singapore, at the Emirates lately.
Oh wow!
Indonesia.
Nice.
So yeah, it's becoming really global business, and it's it's fully automated software as a service. So there's no it's fun to do to make a global expansion with this kind of business, because you just wake up sometimes at 9 a.m. and I browse through my alerts on my iPhone, and I see that the telecommunication company from Emirates just bought a business plan for $300 for a whole year in advance, and I've never met them, I've never talked to them, and this is like the best business model ever.
Yeah, but maybe I have a question, because Ivan and myself, we travel. I travel a lot to emerging countries, and they have always the same question coming up about how hard it is to actually scale on a global scale. Sorry for using the term twice. And so, when you just mentioned, of course, it's a great business because you don't have actually to meet the client in order for him or her to buy your service. But did you actively seek for global expansion, or did it just happen because it happened? Because it's a question a lot of startups are asking: is that what should I do to go elsewhere?
Once we launched the version, there were several marketing tips or tricks we've used. The one was YouTube marketing. Not many people see YouTube as the second largest search engine, so we released several videos for the most important keywords in our industry, so social media marketing. When you type social media marketing anywhere all over the world in YouTube, you get our video first, even before like Salesforce Sysomos and all the big players out there, and this actually generates a lot of traffic. The second thing is the slideshare marketing. We send out a lot of reports, analysis. Whenever there's some new hardware coming up, like tomorrow probably Apple will announce iWatch or something like this. We do a quick analysis to see whether people on social media like it or not, how much they like it, for what things they like it or not. So those were the two things, and the third one I would say, our own tool was our biggest marketing leverage. So we've been monitoring keywords related to monitoring and picking up the discussions. And whenever there's someone on Twitter or Facebook unhappy with Google alerts or unhappy with any of our competitor, we are trying to engage them to get them to test our product. And this is we're pretty successful with this sort of customer acquisition. And it's actually very cheap.
I'm sorry? Because you mentioned you have some clients in the US. Is that the reason you're in the US?
I'm sorry.
I'll repeat that. Don't worry. I mean, is it the global expansion? Is it the reason why you are currently in San Francisco?
Yes. Yes. We have already some customers here, and this is a place to get scale. Obviously, the key factor in our global expansion is partners and resellers. So, I can try to approach as many leads as possible. I can try to have as many meetings as possible. But one blog post on any marketing blog or tech blog gives me roughly hundreds of leads or hundreds of trial users. So the goal for the moment is to scale and to find scalable marketing tools or channels.
Yeah. Ivan?
Awesome. I mean, I really like the fact, and another thing that I think that we're gonna put the link on our note show on the show note shows. It's the fact that you guys are very creative, also from the point of view of how you are promoting the brand, how you're promoting your services. Some of you here, for our audience here in Poland, for sure, all of you are familiar with the video that Mike made when they got a new client, when they got IKEA, and it was amazing because this small video that these guys created all of a sudden got coverage in the advertising industry in the States and all over the world. Small question: how do you come up with these ideas, and when do you notice that this is an effective way to actually bring eyeballs into your company?
Yeah, so we've been doing the videos for like several years now, or maybe even 10 years. This is one of our hobby, or is it particular? It's my hobby. And we've been doing more or less silly videos for a while now, and at some point we feel what we would combine this hobby with our company efforts, and we gave it a try, and we released this music video about entrepreneurship and about startups, about creating internet projects, which was a funny version of the tips and tricks we give to people on terms of creating internet projects, and it went viral. We were never hoping this would be like the popular thing, but it really went viral, and it generated us the best sales we ever had. Even though in the video itself there was no mention of Brand 24, so it's funny how it works, and but for several weeks after the release of the video, all my phone calls started or ended with people saying, "Oh, and we've seen the video, or well done," or something like that. So we saw that this actually works, and we thought that this is a best case scenario when we can combine our private hobby with our marketing inside the company. And we have released more and more videos. Some were good, some were not that good, but the ones that were good generated a lot of buzz. The best growth sales were the months straight after the videos, straight after IKEA videos and H&M videos. Those were well, we've been growing ever since our day one. So we had no month worse than the previous one. But the biggest jump in growth were the months after the videos.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Miha, we know you're in a rush. We are conscious of your time. Please tell our audience where they can find you, where they can find more information about Brand 24 and about you and your great videos.
Yeah, so you can just type it, or you can go to brand24.net. You can find me. I'm pretty easy to find. You can just say you can say Brand24 anywhere all over the web, and I'll be there within probably within minutes. Hopefully within minutes. If I'm not busy or I'm not sleeping. Actually, when I'm sleeping, I'll probably wake up, and because I got all my alerts on my iPhone configured that way that they actually wake me up if someone's talking about me or my company. But yeah, and you can find me or Google Plus whenever you like. I'm as approachable person as possible, so feel free to contact me.
Awesome, thanks a lot. I really appreciate your time. I hope you're gonna enjoy Disrupt. It's a great. If you've never been it, you'll see it's a great event. So have fun. And I was really glad to see that I mean, a lot of companies that are coming from not only Poland but a lot of emerging countries, Eastern Europe, always like asking if it's how it's possible to scale globally. You're actually the perfect example. So we're very happy to have you. So thank you so much, Mike. Thank you, Michel.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, man. Have a great day. And thank you very much, everybody. Next time. See you later.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye-bye.